Hello, my name is Dick Stenzinger from Bourbon A. My wife Rhonda has been very involved with KVTA for many years. I've done a few things. I've done the cemetery walk 3 different times. Always enjoy KVTA and all that they do. I really appreciate it. And so I was asked to share a little story with you as part of the Christmas season, and very glad to do that, very excited to do that. My dad fought in World War II. He landed at Normandy, and so I don't know how much that affected his life. But by the time I was born in 1958, our family was pretty well falling apart. And so this Christmas memory for me comes from 1964. I was 6 years old and we were living in a small apartment in Gary, Indiana. My mom and my 2 brothers. And my mom had taken my next oldest brother, Mike, and myself to Goldblatt's department store in Gary. It was a famous department store at the time, to see Santa Claus. So we had gone to see Santa Claus, sat on his lap, and told him just a few things we'd like to have for Christmas. And so I remember walking back home, and my mom told us, well, don't expect much, boys, for Christmas, because I'm not working, and your dad is gone, and he hasn't been around in quite a long time. And so we don't have much money, so don't expect a whole lot. But we still believed, we believed in Santa Claus, that he would come through. And so it was only a few days later that we had gone somewhere. We'd come back to our apartment and come up the stairs to where that apartment was located. And someone had set some toys, some wrapped gifts outside the door. And it's still quite a memory for us. And we don't know who did it and who had set those out there. And we were excited. There was just a few gifts, and we tore into those. And every boy at that time in the early 1960s, virtually every boy wanted little toy soldiers. Most of our dads had fought either in World War II or the Korean War by then, and so we loved to play Army guys. And I just wanted some Army guys that Christmas. And so wrapped up in those packages was a package of Army guys just like these. And so happy to get those. And there were a couple models for my brother. My brother liked to build models. And so it was just a great special memory that I still have, something that happened a long time ago. But it also laid a foundation in my life to remember that, and to remember, especially at Christmas time, to pass it on and to be a blessing to others if you've been blessed. And I just view that as saying, hey, God had his hand on me and had his hand on my life. And within 3 months, in March of 1965, we were taken away from my mom. We were put in foster care. She just wasn't capable of taking care of us with my dad gone. And so we were placed in foster care in Gary, Indiana. Ended up in foster care for the rest of my formative years. And it was just something that was always been on my heart. And so when Rhonda and I, in the midst of our marriage, we decided we wanted to have foster children. So we went through the foster care program in the late 90s and ended up fostering a number of children, and we ended up adopting 3 boys through that. It's just been a great blessing through that. Sorry. But it's just, I encourage you, if you have a chance to give, anything you do. I say, we don't know who gave us those gifts. We don't know if it was a neighbor or if it was some other organization back at that time. But I just really remember that precious memory and the impact it had. That as we've been blessed, we wanted to give. And I always encourage people this time of year, if you can give a few gifts on an angel tree. Our church this year accepted and received foster care gifts for all the foster children in Kankakee County. And so our church ended up collecting, I think, nearly 120 gifts so that every child would have a gift this Christmas season. So it's just great to be a part of that in some small way. And I just encourage you, hey, if you've been blessed, be a blessing to others. And remember this season of giving, this Christmas season. And I just thank God for what he's done in our lives and for what he's going to continue to do. So I thank you KVTA, for all you do. Have a great Christmas season.